What's up, guys? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Also, please smash that like button on the video and enjoy the show. Especially since the pandemic, you know, we have such an uptick of that all over the place. I mean, have you been to like San Francisco where they talk about this all the time? That's one example they always use.
So I'm yet to do a video there, but yeah, I went there in like 2016 or something. But
Oh, a while ago.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's gotten crazy, right?
Yeah, it's gotten crazy now. Because I'd be curious to see, like, I've heard that one's pretty legit. Sometimes I think they overdo it, but you know, nonetheless, they're also not incentivized to fix it, right? I know Joe Rogan's talked about this a ton, but you'll look at some of these cities, and there will be like a job called like homeless people coordinator, and they're making like 200 some grand,
6 figures. Yep.
So they're like, the goal of a job like that should be like solving the problem so that the job disappears, but you're creating an economic system where you know,
incentivized to keep it going.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as far as like, you know, the housing market right now is insane. And there was a guy in Austin, Texas, for instance, that I interviewed in my, it's a little bit of a distasteful title. It's called MTV Homeless Cribs. I wish I didn't title it that. It's a little bit distasteful, but he works a full-time job, and it's so expensive. He went through a divorce, and it was so expensive for housing in Austin that he has a tent under a bridge, and he has an AC unit in there, and he's got a TV with like a Roku or whatever. And yeah, he works full time. Can you scroll towards more of the end of the video?
Got Roku on it.
Right here.
Yeah, I think it's that guy.
All right. Guys, if you'd like to join our Patreon by hitting the link in the description below, not only does it support our show and allow us to get great guests like this and put out more content, but you're going to get exclusive access to the Julian and Alessi show, which is the show we post only on Patreon. That's with my producer, Alessi Alaman, and I, as well as some behind-the-scenes content and some extra content with guests. So hit that link in the description below, and I hope to see you over there.
I'm Brandon.
How's it going, Brandon? Got a big flat screen. You know, it's a pretty normal life anyway. I'm in the situation, my sister passed away, and at my job with COVID-19, so much of our hours were cut back, but we do everything like everybody else. You know, we work every single day, you know. But I'll give you an idea. That's clean. So we work all the time, but yeah, it's not easy. You know, you get hassled by people, hassled by police. But overall, it's not terrible. What bugs me the most is not having access to a shower every single day. I just go to the gym and go shower there. But yeah, it's nice. It doesn't suck. You know, it could be better, could be worse. Yeah, I had this generator for many years, and I didn't always use it for this.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't suck.
He's got a TV. You mind if he comes in here for a second?
Sure. But yeah, having a TV, I've got Roku, so I've got a bunch of stuff to watch. I don't have the petcock turned on, so that's probably going to die in a few seconds. But yeah, I got the TV on bulk pickup. I got 7 TVs in one night. 6 of them were good.
So yeah, I wanted to show you that to say, like, does that seem like some strung out drug addict that's just a loser? Like, with the current housing crisis, it is so hard to afford a home. I think the average income in America is what, $31,000 per person.
Sounds
right.
And
the average home is over $400,000. So how are you going to afford a home? So there's definitely a huge percentage of the homeless population that is there because they have to be and they don't want to be at all. But then there are a huge percentage as well that are there by choice.
Yeah, that's where it gets difficult. I mean, this is pretty eye-opening, seeing this right here. Where was this again? Austin, Texas?
Austin, Texas. And then they come through, they just made it so you can't have tents on the sidewalks, and they come through and sweep these people out. And then, you know, that's like another question. Do you think it's good? I don't want tents all over my sidewalk, but then where are these people going to go? And it's really difficult. I have an unreleased video from Maine. I wanted to do a homeless documentary in Maine because Maine is freezing, absolutely freezing. And I went there in December, and it was like 6 degrees out, ground was frozen. And we went to a homeless camp, and I talked to someone that was there helping, and they told me that the entire homeless shelter was empty, and they can't get people to come into the homeless shelter because they don't want to wake up at a certain time and go to bed at a certain time. They don't want to follow any rules. So instead of following any rules, these people in Maine, specifically Portland, Maine, are sleeping on the frozen ground on like crates and stuff to keep off the floor.
And if we keep, that's the thing though, like everything comes back to economics, which is exactly what you're laying out. And, you know, you ever seen the memes of like the boomers dancing in the retirement home? And it says boomers when they spent 20 grand on a house and just sold it for 4 million, right? So we started this inflationary path, if you will, years and years and years ago, decades ago. And it just keeps moving like that, like a V. And so everything's math, like with it, mathematically speaking, you're going to have more and more people falling so far below the Mendoza scale that they're going to suddenly turn to things like this. Because if there's one thing the pandemic should have taught us as far as like about ourselves, like our flaws, we will adapt to shit quickly. Right? So people, you know, you might say to someone right now, like, oh, could you imagine being homeless in 10 years? And they'll be like, oh my God, no. Maybe 10 years from now, they're in that situation. I mean, this guy seems, like you said, he's not strung out. He's fairly normal. He's living his life. And like, he almost seems slightly happy doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.